Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sandy Park for today's Allianz Cup clash between the Exeter Chiefs Women and visitors Worcester Warriors Women. Both sides started last week with a win, the Chiefs winning 73-0 up at DMP Sharks, whilst Worcester picked up a much closer win at home to Harlequin 16-13. Alongside me today, I'm delighted to be joined by Gemma Norton, aka The Prop Life, on various social media channels. Gemma, there's a huge crowd in today. I think the grandstand here is full. We're now spilling into the south stand there to our right.
We
it's
are
fantastic.
Indeed. Hi Mark, thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute joy to be here today. And yeah, I've never seen Sandy Park so buzzing for just, one of the first games of the season. It's so exciting to see, and it sets such an amazing precedent for the Chiefs Women for this season.
We're going to talk about the game itself in a minute, but let's just talk about the Chiefs Women and the rise of them over the last couple of years. You live right here on the doorstep, and women's rugby in general is huge, and the buzz around the Red Roses at the moment is massive. But here locally in Devon, in Cornwall, the rise of the Exeter Chiefs Women and winning their first trophy last year has offered so much to them.
It's been absolutely incredible. As a woman in rugby locally, it's been so inspiring to me, and it's going to be so inspiring for young girls all the way across the southwest, having a team on their doorstep succeeding and showing them that if you can see it, you can be it. And that is what the Exeter Chiefs are doing right here for us. It's, especially with all the younger girls coming through, it's really showing the value of women's rugby right here in the heart of the southwest.
And obviously you've been lucky enough to play with some of these current Chiefs that are on show today up at Columpton with the Lynx. But again, that's part of the whole growth pattern of developing the game locally here. We've got links with Ivybridge, with Columpton, all sorts of different teams. But how much are you benefiting playing alongside some more, what I would describe as senior stars?
Oh, I benefit hugely from it. I am very much a developer into the level that I'm starting to play at. And so for me, playing along these players that have years of experience, that know the game inside and out, I learn so much from them and I gain so much confidence from it. And what they are doing is still representing Exeter Chiefs really in the community at these other clubs. It's providing a real legacy, and that's really exciting to see as well.
Fantastic. Right, we'll do a quick rundown of the two teams. We'll start with the visitors this afternoon. Lining up at fullback for them is Kat McNahee. At 14, Deborah Wills. At 13, Karis Cox. 12, Hannah Bluck. The co-captain Vicky Laughlin is on the left wing. The halfbacks are the Kershaws, Abby at 10 and Jess at 9. And then up front, Steph Evans is at loose head. 2 is Elle February. 3, Flo Long. 4, Amelia Buckland-Hurry. 5, Siobhan McCarthy. 6, Cara Brincat. 7, Charlotte Wright-Halley. And at 8, the other co-captain, Joe Brown. And on the bench, Carmen Tremelin, Catherine Wells, Elizabeth Shermer, Sarah Moreira, Tori Sellers, Leah Brow, and Evelyn Clark. Then for your Exeter Chiefs, who are literally coming to the field now, a quick rundown of them. Katie Buchanan set for a home debut there at fullback. Charlie Woodman, the hero last week with a hat-trick of tries up in Darlington. She lines up on the right wing. In the centres, Nancy McGillivray and Liv McGovern. The other wing is a newcomer, Hallie Derrera. The halfbacks are Flo Robinson and Brooke Bradley, herself a former Worcester player. Then at front row we have Michaela Roberts, Clee Maloney and Lizzie Hanlon. In the second row, Nicola Friday, Charlie Willett. And in the back row comprises Ebony Jeffries, Captain Poppy Leach and number 8, Maisie Allen. On the bench for the Chiefs, Clara Nielsen, newcomer Panache Muzambi, 18, Georgie Grimes, who's normally used to cutting the pitch here, but she'll be taken to the field this afternoon. 19, Kat Hayes, 20, Elle McMahon, 21, Sophie Langford, 22, Danielle Priest, and at 23, Merrin Doidge. You can just hear in the background there the Chiefs taken to the field, and we've got a new kind of tribal intro for the men and the women coming onto the pitch this season, but all adding to the whole buzz of the occasion.
It's great to see the buzz, added to and increased with the new logo, with the new branding. It's so exciting to see still a really great vibe in Exeter.
So referee this afternoon today is Rebecca Piddleston, all-female lineup with Emily Hope and Fiona Brunt on the touch judges. So we are literally seconds away from kick-off now, and this will be the first home game in Exeter Chiefs' defence of the Allianz Cup, which they won here last season with victory over Harlequins. It will be number 10, Abby Kershaw, that will get us underway here. And that's the first pipe of the whistle. And we're all but ready to go, and she will kick from right to left in this first half. High hanging kick, not gone the full 10, but it seemed a knock on there by the Chiefs. Ref sees play on as it goes to ground, and it comes back on the Chiefs side. There's Flo Robinson going in to act as number 9, and a carry up through the middle. Now Brooke Bradley into her normal position. Liz McGovern out to McGillivray. Now it's Buchanan. A little shimmy from her as she makes it up towards the 10 metre. Good carry from
fantastic carry. The
fullback. Now it's Bradley back inside to Leach. Leach with a lovely feeds Ebony Jeffrey on the charge. Made 20 metres already, bashing off 2 tacklers as she goes deep into the Worcester 22. Now it goes wide. Clee Maloney fends a Worcester player there who goes to deck straight away. Bradley back inside to Leach again as the Chiefs work their way through the phases. Very similar to what the men do in the Gallagher Premiership.
It's a very Exeter style of rugby, this slow graft towards the line, but slow and consistent at times.
Heavy collisions going in here from the Chiefs as they're now about 12 metres from the Worcester line. In this very first minute, a bright start from the hosts as now Friday takes it on. Feeds it back inside. Now the Chiefs go to ground. Slower ball, but comes out again. And this is McGovern this time. The Kiwi arrived this summer. Just going to ground. Now we'll come to this near side. McGillivray feints to go to the right. High tackle on her, but the ref says play on as the Chiefs. Bradley out to Maisie Allen, it looks like, who's held up by 2 Worcester defenders. Just a metre or 2 away now from the line as they go again. They go to floor. All Exeter in this opening few minutes here. Drive goes on again, and over they go, and there's the opening try of the game. And they're off and running. Just trying to work out who's getting the congratulations there, but an unbelievable start there for the Exeter Chiefs.
Absolutely. It was an incredible start for Exeter, and you know, it must be really challenging to be Worcester at the moment. Obviously, they're in very difficult circumstances, but you know, keeping their heads up, keeping their eyes on the prize, so to speak. Hopefully, they'll keep fighting through the game and really bring us back with something exciting for the rest of the game.
As you say, great start for the Chiefs there, and it's Maisie Allen who's awarded with that try for the Exeter Chiefs. A fantastic start to the game for them, but all come through forward power there.
Absolutely. That drive, those consistent rucks, those consistent carries. The Chiefs were just absolutely clinical then, and that's the consistent style of rugby we see in the men, we see it in the women's as well. It's Sandy Park at its finest today. So it'll be Liz McGovern, who had 18 points on debut last week, who will take this opening kick. She's sizing it up as we speak. Up she steps, right-footed kick, no problem there, and she's off and running. 7-0 to the Exeter Chiefs. So, a perfect dream start there for the Chiefs. Just what the doctor ordered, they say. Absolutely. We're getting restarted now by number 10, Abby Kershaw. And it's taken into contact by Charlie Willett. An unfortunate knock-on for the Chiefs, but the ref has agreed to play on. And we have Steph Evans, the Worcester prop, coming in briefly as scrum half there to get the game back in action. Worcester are now passing through the phases, but Chiefs are viciously contesting the rucks. This is the only way to try and push that turnover back in their favour. It's coming back on the Worcester side, and it's their number 9, Jess Kershaw, who feeds it out, but that Worcester attack is met with a fierce brick wall of Exeter Chiefs tackling there. Derrera bites in, and it's allowed space out on that far side, but McGillivray's there to bring her to the floor as penalty to visitors, though. Referee saying handling on the floor. I think she'll probably come back for that one in a moment, but she's allowing play to go on as we speak just now. Worcester with ball in hand, not really making too much of a dent into the Chiefs. Now it comes out to Kershaw, who knocks on, but they'll come back for that earlier penalty now.
Kershaw will size this one up and probably kick it into the corner, I'd imagine, Gemma.
Yeah, I mean, I would be looking to go for a line out at this point so we can get it into the forwards, get a drive and get just some points on the scoreboard to get that scoreboard a little bit more even at this point in the game. And she attempts to go for the corner, but it's caught.
Bradley with a great clearance kick there up to halfway. Worcester will come back inside. Here's Kershaw again. Finds the 12. Bluck. She goes to ground. Slow ball here for the visitors. Kershaw goes in. Now there's a big carry through the middle, but Poppy Leach is there to defend it for the host. Now they go wide again through Kershaw. The other Kershaw this time, Abby, taking it up to the 10 metre before a big carry through the middle from the visitors. Again, not really making any inroads. Kershaw digs that one out. Goes wide with a loose pass, but that's gone behind the centres. But the referee is coming back. I think we're offside again, the Exeter Chiefs.
That's it. It's that fine line, isn't it? It's wanting to defend, and Exeter are being absolutely vicious in their defending today, but it's just making sure you're just that step behind so you're back on side.
So we'll see how they react to this one. Are they going to go for posts, or are they going to go for it? Looks like the kicking tee's coming on. Yep, kick. It'll be the number 10 of the Kershaws and the Abbey variety on this occasion, who's going to take this one. Bang in front of the posts, about 21 metres out. A doddle, they'll say, won't they? But there's no wind today. That's the good thing. It's glorious conditions here in Devon this afternoon.
Beautiful sunshine over Sandy Park. It's fantastic. Kershaw's lining up the kick. And that's straight over the posts. Exeter 7, Worcester 3.
So a quick response there from the visitors, just what they needed. Because it was a really bright opening from the Chiefs there, but it's the visitors who have cut the deficit, and it'll be Liv McGovern who will get us back underway here as the Chiefs kicking towards the south end, or Cornwall. They're kicking towards Cornwall, as we'll say, for those.
I like that.
Not the best of kicks, but it's gathered by El Febri, who is still on her feet somehow, despite being met by 2 or 3.
That was a high tackle, unfortunately, by Poppy Leach of Exeter. So Worcester have now got a kick. Beautiful kick, just into touch for the visitors.
So Worcester have the ball in the hands of their hooker, El Febri. Shorten line out there. Go to the front, it's gathered well. Comes back to Kershaw, who juggles it under pressure from Poppy Leach. But teammates are there to re-scoop it up through Hannah Bluck. Now they come back inside again. Just working their way through the phases. Kershaw will come this near side again. Bluck, that's
fantastic
dropped in
pass.
the tackle. Referee will pull that up for a scrum. But handling on both sides at the moment. It's,
you can see how much both teams want the score here. They are fiercely competing over every single carry, every single moment to get the ball. It's really interesting to see, the similarities and aspects of their playing style, but also the differences. I think, Worcester are definitely aiming for a slower pace of game, whereas Exeter, especially when they get the ball, they're looking to ship it, get it wide, get it gone. They know their strengths in their wingers, particularly in those, amazing speedy backs. Whereas Worcester are bringing some real power and strength in their forwards in particular. So it's really interesting to see those different styles. So the scrum has just been reset.
In the hands of Brooke Bradley. It's interesting that Charlie Woodman's come right on the shoulder here of Flo Robinson. Whether this is a set move or not, I'm not sure. But we'll see. But that scrum's gone down. Referee says penalty. Interesting. First scrum of the game, and she's gone penalty. There's no reset, it's just bang. So Liv McGovern will have the chance to put the Chiefs back in Worcester territory here. Right footed kick.
Fantastic clearing kick from Liv McGovern.
Midway inside this Worcester half. What have you made? So we're almost 10 minutes into the game. What are the opening exchanges Gemma? Shortened line out here from the Chiefs, but what have you made? It's been a bright start from both sides.
It has. There's some real moments of promise from both Worcester and from Exeter. I'm really excited to see it. Exeter's pace onto the ball is fantastic. Worcester are having moments of greatness. Brilliant tackle from Worcester off of the line out. But just really exciting to see both of them going with such intensity. Some fantastic carries. That's Nick Friday taking it in for the Chiefs, being very well supported there.
Slow ball here for the Chiefs, but it's Bradley, the former Worcester player, who feeds it out to Robinson, to McGillivray. There's women outside. Now it's in the hands of Maisie Allen, the try scorer, and Woodman, last week's hat-trick hero, brought to ground with a crunching tackle there before it comes back inside to Charlie Willett. Offloads to Friday, who juggles it but still keeps hold of it, the Irish captain. Now back out to Robinson. Michaela Roberts with a big carry through the middle then. But it's been stripped of possession. It's Worcester are able to counter there with 2 bodies outside. Worcester coached by Jo Yap, who is the sister of former Exeter Chiefs player Tony Yap, who now is obviously head coach just up the road at Taunton Titans.
The more you know.
There you go. Was for a long time the club's leading point scorer until a certain Gareth Steenson came along and took his record a few years ago. But
Worcester are staying tight, and they're looking to they carry within the same kind of area of the pitch at the moment. But as we've seen with the Chiefs' defence, that's not a strategy that's going to pay off for very long.
No. And here they go again, the Chiefs. Good carry there from Buchanan. Sidestepping away like a slalom skier there, up to halfway. But the support in helping her there was slow to get to her. And she's penalised for holding on, and it'll be a penalty to the Warriors just inside the Chiefs' half. As we say, both sides got off to a glorious start in the competition last week. The Chiefs winning 73-0 up at DMP Sharks, and Worcester winning 16-13 at home to Harlequins. Worcester, as everyone knows, having real issues off the field, and whether or not they have an existence will be all revealed in a few days' time. But not a great time for these players, I'd imagine, Gemma.
No, it as I said earlier, it must be so challenging trying to work when you know that all these things are going off the pitch. It must be at the forefront of the players' minds, as much as they want to turn up and they want to give their best on the pitch. It's just a shadow, really, over the top of what they're doing. I really hope that they can get a kind of resolution soon.
I was going to say, players and staff not getting paid in any walk of life is not great if you've not got no money coming in, but it is the state they find themselves in. But we're hoping that things will be rectified and that they will be able to carry on all fronts. Back to the action here, though. McGovern with a high-hanging kick deep down into field. That's back to the fullback, Kat McNahey. She right-footed kicks downfield. It's not her best kick of the day, but Hallie Derrera will grab it, and she releases Brooke Bradley down that far side. Bradley is away, skating past 2 or 3 Worcester players.
She's such a smart runner, Brooke Bradley. She knows where to be, and she's in the right place at the right time.
Wins her side a penalty, but I think the ref may stop the play because it looks like the centre Hannah Bluck is down in the Chiefs' half there. Physio's going across just to check her out. She looks in a lot of pain there.
She does.
Ref says play on. Liv McGovern kicks that one. It wasn't her best kick. He was probably hoping for 5 or 6 more metres on that one. But anyhow, it'll be the Chiefs line out. Midway inside the Worcester 22. Referee is going to now stop the game and just go and check on Hannah Bluck.
Yeah.
Looks like a knee injury there by the looks of it, the way the physio's dealing with her.
Yeah, it's, every rugby player's kind of worst nightmare is a knee injury. They are such a long process to rehab, and they are such a process to kind of get back into the game with. So fingers crossed it's nothing too serious, and it's something we can hopefully get her back on her feet very soon.
So you're not missing any action, but the score here in this Allianz Cup game, second round, Exeter Chiefs 7, Worcester Warriors 3, an early try from Maisie Allen converted by Liv McGovern for the Chiefs, and then a penalty for Worcester Warriors in the form of Abby Kershaw. She's got to her feet at last, which is a promising sign, but I wouldn't say she looks 100% here.
Keeping everything crossed. This is a valuable time from a player's perspective. So when I'm playing, any injury breaks and my moment to kind of slow down my breathing, get calm, take in some water. That's when I'm looking to really kind of use that as an opportunity to come back from those injury pauses, even better and get ready for the game. They're really important for players to make sure they are working on their mindset the entire time, keeping switched on, keeping game ready. But a valuable breather.
Yeah, 100%. But there will be a change for the visitors. So that is Hannah Bluck's day done by the looks of it. And it will be Evelyn Clark coming onto the field. Early start for her. But, she's walking a little more gingerly on that far side, so a bit more promising.
We are now restarting from a line out for the Chiefs. That's taken into a fantastic driving maul, but that's caught strongly by the visitors. This is being driven with great cheers from the crowd.
Yeah,
what an atmosphere.
This is a drive and a half, isn't it? You look at it, they're motoring, it's hauled to the floor, but ref says that's been taken down by the Chiefs.
It's so hard to tell when you've got a pile of bodies everywhere. It's just...
Poppy Leach picks up, goes to ground. Slow to clear that on the Chiefs, but it does come back. Now they go to ground again. They're literally 5 metres from the Worcester line, sensing maybe a second try here. Just coming slow ball at the moment.
Again, what we're seeing, a very classic Exeter kind of attempt at a pick and drive here, but it's being very well met by the Warriors, very well defended here. This is a team who are really fighting for it.
Good defence here from Worcester. Standing firm under relentless pressure, and I think they may have even turned this ball over. They have, yes, but they were trying to run out. Fast feet there. Gets them 5 or 6 metres before they set up their own ruck, and it'll probably go for a box kick from Kershaw. Left-footed kick from her, downfield. It's going to be gathered. No, oh, they let it bounce. Brooke Bradley picks it up, though. Now she darts it back. McGovern, she has people outside her.
Great offload from Charlie.
She goes hands, or decides to go alone. Should have really gone wide. Now it's McGillivray. She has Woodman outside her, but again takes it on herself before it comes back inside to Bradley. To Allen, to Charlie Willett. Good drive through the middle there from the second row. Now they come again through Poppy Leach, the captain.
Yeah.
Slow ball, but now McGovern. Goes to ground again, 5-6 metres out, and again the Chiefs are slow to clear that ruck. That'll be something that I'm sure Susie Appleby and Steve Salvin will be saying. Get to that ruck, clear it out. There's too much slow play getting to there, but looks like Charlie Willett is down now at the moment. But as a forward, you're noticing that? Are they not?
Yeah,
they're not getting there quick enough.
I mean, I know I'm very guilty of, I get the ball, I know my job as a forward is just to run into people, and that's what I do, and I have a great day doing it. But we actually do have to make sure we have those support runners with us, and it's actually worth just taking that split second to go, right, where are my mates, who's with me, what am I doing? And I think that's where you leave yourself open to kind of being turned over. That penalty we saw earlier is when you are unsupported, and then you end up holding on to the ball, really.
The ripple of applause you can hear in the background there is for Hannah Bluck as she's made her way round to the visiting dugout. Just looking in the stands here, there's not a seat to be had in this main grandstand by the looks of it, and 3/4 of that south stand are full, so we're not far off 4,000 or 5,000 crowd here this afternoon. I know there's free tickets, but we were talking pre-game about it, Gemma, just getting out there and showing off the women's game and showing what the Chiefs are all about is order of the day almost.
Absolutely, and it's really exciting to see such a crowd here at Sandy Park, and it's just going to keep building. I remember back when it was announced that Exeter Women would first have a team here, and you do get the naysayers, no one watches women's rugby. Well, 5,000 people would disagree. The 11,000 that were here for the Red Roses would disagree, and it's just going to keep building and keep getting momentum. But days like this are important for the sport, for sure.
And you talk about the Red Roses. Obviously, the World Cup starts in the not too distance, but 17 Chiefs will be on duty over in New Zealand, including our very first Red Rose in Claudia McDonald, who's signed this summer from Wasps.
So exciting.
I imagine you'll be glued to that, won't you?
I will be setting my alarms. I will be working on New Zealand time, even in the UK. I'm so excited to see it. And yes, so many Chiefs in the squad as well, which I think reflects the level of talent that is in the Southwest and beyond at the moment.
Back to the action here, though. Bradley releases Woodman down this right-hand side. She looks inside and has support there again from Maisie Allen. She seems to be everywhere at the moment. Ball goes to ground. Bradley will dig that one out, and she does. Michaela Roberts takes it forward. Now they go left again. McGillivray just drives hard with those legs, the Exeter Uni student.
McGillivray is having a great day at the office today. She's driving so hard into contact.
To Friday's try scorer last week, almost a try scorer again today, but it looks as though they're over again.
They are over!
And it's try time once again for the Exeter Chiefs.
That's a fantastic try. Yeah, as I was saying, McGillivray has had a fantastic day at the office today. She's doing everything you kind of want of her in the centres. She's taking it into contact. She's being brave. It was fantastic to see from her. We're going to be looking for a kick in a moment from our very own Flo Robinson.
Still trying to work out exactly who was. A mass of bodies there to.
It was very hard to see there at the end.
We'll confirm the try score in a moment. I'm pretty sure it may have been the captain, Poppy Leach, but we'll see. But for now, it'll be Liv McGovern who will size up the second conversion of the day. The Kiwi, as I said, 18 points on debut last week. Susie Appleby spoke about her in the summer, saying one of the best players out of New Zealand not to be capped by the Black Ferns yet. So,
and I think coming from Susie Appleby, that is a compliment in itself for sure.
Right for the kick, and over it goes. 2 from 2 there for the Kiwi.
Brilliant.
And that makes it the Exeter Chiefs 14, Worcester Warriors 3. We'll try and rectify who that try scorer was in a moment.
And we are off. A fantastic carry from Nick Friday, caught really, really well off the kick from Worcester. And it's fed out. Michaela Roberts is battling through contact. An unfortunate knock on. And it's Worcester's ball from about the halfway line there. Scrum down, Worcester ball.
Sound like a ref there.
I debated being a ref.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do that when you retire. Anyhow. Our ref in the middle there this afternoon, Rebecca Piddleston.
Again, going back to what we were saying earlier about, if girls can see it, they can be it. Our all-female team on the sidelines that here at Chiefs today is so important as well in that respect. So, really fantastic to see. Abby Kershaw making a fantastic carry for Worcester. Worcester still trying to break the gain line, but Exeter coming in fast and fierce in defence. And dropped ball, but it did go backwards for Worcester. And Worcester looking to ship it wide, past to their number 8, Jo Brown, who took it for a fantastic carry.
Now they come back out into their wider channels as they make it up over 10 metres. Kershaw will dig that one out again, and it's El February again. The hooker, she's seen a lot of the ball, takes the ball to the ground, then lifts it up again and makes 5 or 6 metres before Kershaw goes in again. Now she fires it back out to her namesake, Abby. Right-footed kick downfield, and that's gathered well by Katie Buchanan on the run. She feeds McGillivray. She looks to go right, but in the end holds on to possession. Now they'll go right. Buchanan in again. Heading down that left flank. The Chiefs have the advantage, though, as Willett with a big charge through the centre.
Fantastic charge from Charlie Willett.
Now they go wide again. Flo Robinson out to McGovern. McGovern to Ebony Jeffries. That's a forward pass, says the referee, but they'll come back for that earlier penalty. You've played with, like I say, with some of these girls up at Columpton and that, and just tell us a little bit about the league at that level and you know, the standard. How far do you feel they're away from Premiership 15s level? Is it getting ever closer?
So, the Women's Premiership, there's obviously the Premiership itself, 2 leagues to the Championships. We play in Championship 2. And I would say that, you know, we do notice the level of talent in the Chiefs girls. They are very experienced players. Their game pace is very quick. It's something I enjoy it because it's aspirational for me. You know, I feel like I'm a little bit closer to playing at the top myself, even though I don't know if that would ever happen for me. But you can see the difference, and they come and they, you know, Charlie Woodman, for example, had a fantastic few games for this last season. One game she dotted down a record 5 tries. Over at Newton Abbot, and so their impact is always noticeable, but what's really lovely is that they're always just great personalities, great in the changing room, so humble, and you know, they take the time to praise you when you do well, never patronising. They represent the club so well. Great
to hear, but it's the Chiefs here that are on the offensive again. Leach with the line out, and then the drive has gone best part of 15-20 minutes, been taken to the ground. It's penalty to the Chiefs. Free ball here for the hosts. Just have a go at it.
Again, Worcester defending so strongly on their try line.
Not always the most legal of defence there, but Chiefs are still playing with that free ball. They will come back. Referee will come back and we'll have that penalty. Now, based on the last 2 line-outs, I would kick this one to 5 metres and just rumble them over again. We'll just have to wait and see, but they're sending McGovern over for the kick. So they're listening to my tactics, obviously.
Saying, what would Mark do?
Well, I'm no rugby coach, but I've seen enough rugby in my time, and when you've got super strength like that, line out has shown, best do it.
Absolutely.
Just a break in play. It looks as though one of the Chiefs players is having a bit of attention there. Still none the wiser who that second try scorer was, but we'll certainly work that out for you in a moment. We've got our spies out looking for us.
Absolutely.
It's Michaela Roberts who's down, just getting a bit of treatment there from our new Aussie physio this year, Kate Waffer. We had an Aussie one before that, Alex Holland, but he's moved up to the men's team now.
Alex is fantastic.
Not missing any action, but as we say, 27 minutes on the clock here at Sandy Park in this Allianz Cup clash. It's Exeter Chiefs 14. The Worcester Warriors 3, but that line out didn't go to plan. It's
slightly overthrown by Exeter and scooped up by Worcester to take into contact.
That'll be really frustrating given what's happened in the last couple of goes, but Worcester have ball and they look to charge it out of defence. That's a good pick and carry there from Charlotte Wright-Halley before they go to ground. Just outside their own 22. It'll be fed back in from Kershaw to Kershaw, right-footed kick. She can't go out on the full, but Bradley's there to cover the danger. But the officials are saying that Brooke had her foot in touch, and it'll be a line out to the visitors, almost bang on halfway.
Hopefully Warriors can utilise this to keep making that ground. As we saw in those 2 breaks, they are capable of really gaining some ground when they get that pace going. I'll be really excited to see what they do here.
Had confirmation, my eyes didn't deceive me earlier. It was Poppy Leach that got that try.
Fantastic.
Just looking at some footage that's come through to me.
So, some amazing play off the line out from Worcester there. A slight juggle from Abby Kershaw there, but she managed to retain it and go into contact.
Met there by a fierce Exeter wall. Maisie Allen at the heart of it. Now they go. They carry it through the middle now, Worcester, before going to ground. Slow ball for them, but they come back. Now they'll go wide. The fullback, Kat McNahee, into the line.
Excellently
but she's
stolen.
Ali Derrera tried to go around the outside. Ref says play on. Before the ball eventually... Oh, turnover again on the floor. That'll be an area of concern for the coaches that in this first half they've been turned over a bit on ruck before Katie Buchanan can't collect and drops. And it will be a scrum to Worcester midway inside the Chiefs half. As we said earlier, Gemma, just clear outs don't seem to be quick enough at the moment, and they're not getting to ground. Michaela Roberts down again.
Yeah, Michaela Roberts looking very tender there. I think it's, we're looking to play with pace here, and sometimes that can mean quick decisions. I think that's just where Exeter, they can be really good at communicating, so keeping those comms up nice and high between them, knowing who's going in where, and making sure, as I said earlier, you just have a mate on your shoulder ready to be there with you. Always the best way to go, in my non-professional opinion.
Looks as though we're going to have a home debut here for the Scottish international, Panache Muzambi. Yeah, Michaela Roberts doesn't look in the best of health there out on the field. And
no,
the change has been made. So
it's really exciting to see some of these newer players getting starts and just being able to show the kind of the talent that they're bringing to the Southwest. I'm really excited to see them kind of really highlighted, and obviously a lot of the girls that are playing internationally are real kind of stalwarts within the club, which has been fantastic, but it's really lovely to see them getting their kind of their moment, the newer players.
So the clock says 31 minutes on it, and that looks as though Michaela Roberts' afternoon is done and dusted. Referee is assembling for a scrum, but it doesn't look like Michaela's moving too quickly here for a moment.
The thing I always think with front rows is that we do tons. We do absolutely tons. We're in scrums, we're in lineouts, we're in rucks, we're carrying. I think as much as people often joke about props, we do a lot of work. So if she's not 100%, it's best she goes off, gets that treatment. And I mean, as we can see, she's not really weight bearing through that right ankle. So yeah, let's go get her treated.
A real shame there for Michaela. Try scorer last week up at Darlington. But a first introduction for Panache Muzambi. Zimbabwean-born Scottish international. Ended up going over to Scotland when she was 12 to school, and then took up rugby when she went to university in Edinburgh. So
that's an incredible story. University has been a massive gateway for a lot of women to get into rugby, and it's really exciting to see kind of university teams again continuing to expand and look at their setups as well.
She was thrust straight into the action with that scrum as Worcester looked to go in behind with a kick. McGannon's across to cover it, but she's sacked to the floor. But good play there from the fullback. Feeds it back inside to Flo Robinson, who dances away a couple of metres upfield before eventually coming back on the Chiefs side. Muzambi with her first touch of the ball goes to ground.
Yeah.
Now it's fed back to McGovern. Right-footed kick there from the Kiwi, and she finds touch on that far side. Good clearance there, and clear-up work from the Chiefs as we head towards half-time. 7 minutes to go in this first half. Chiefs leading by 14 points to 3. We expected a much tougher test this week than what DMP Sharks would provide, and certainly the Chiefs are getting that, Gemma.
Absolutely. There was a big scoreline against DMP last week. Worcester tend to bring that little bit of higher intensity, and they have done. They are, very, very strong in defence.
But here goes Muzambi. She releases Hallie Derrera. She can't collect and drops the ball just at the crucial stage there. But a lively introduction there for our newest Chief.
That was a fantastic way to make yourself remembered on the pitch. Making breaks like that is absolutely what we want her to be doing at this point. When you're starting with a new team, you always want to be standing out for the right reasons, not the wrong ones, and that was definitely a way to start out for the right reasons.
Obviously got a few Zimbabweans come through the men's ranks over the years. Dave Ewers, Kai Horseman and Don Armand spring to mind. They could probably make a good team over. David Pocock, the Aussie, is another one who's born and bred in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But that scrum has gone to floor, and the referee has given a penalty to Worcester. Poppy Leach just getting some clarification on that, because that's 2 scrum penalties now. Lizzie Hanlon, formerly a hooker with the Exeter University team, now switched to tight head. What kind of things are we going through your mind? You don't want to fall on the wrong side of the ref when it comes to scrum time, do you?
Well, in my opinion, as a prop, when you have a bad day in a scrum, you have a bad day in a scrum, and that first scrum is so important, in my opinion. I find that if the first scrum goes wrong, a lot of them tend to go wrong, and it'll be for the same reason. You meet a tight head who is just more dominant than you. You've got a loose head who's boring. There's lots of reasons. But what Poppy will be trying to do is go, okay, what's going on here? What's going wrong? How can we fix that for the next scrums?
So it's Lizzie Hanlon, the other prop, that's getting the treatment at the moment.
Yeah.
If she has to depart, it'll be Georgie Grimes, who will be the replacement. Georgie, who's one of the ground staff here at Sandy Park. Used to getting the pitch ready. Now she could well be treading on it. It'll be her first time she's played on this pitch.
Fingers crossed.
I'm sure she will get a outing at some stage, but at this stage we're hoping Lizzie can continue.
These scrums will be a point of confidence for Worcester as well. You know, they'll be coming into each scrum feeling really good at this point, and that is, as a tight head, that's like gold. And a loose head as well, actually, anywhere in the front row. If you're coming in and you know you've been putting the other team on the back foot in your scrums all day, it's just such a point of confidence for you, and it just makes your game flow so much better.
So again, you're not missing any of the action. The clock is still ticking away, but I'd imagine in a minute we'll go past the 40 mark, and we'll be probably another 5 or 6 minutes after that.
Absolutely.
But, we've got Susie Appleby and Steve Salvin just over our left shoulder here, and like we said, I don't think they're overly impressed with the Chiefs' ruck speed at the moment. That'll be certainly a talking point, but by and large their carrying has been very good, and that'll be something they can highlight.
Carrying has been absolutely fantastic, and I think defence has been really, really strong for Exeter as well. You know, on the flip side, Worcester have been attempting to make some ground. They've not always been as successful, but they are really, really trying here.
Again, a shortened line out from the visitors. El February will take it and looks to find Amelia Buckland-Hurry, but that one isn't straight, says the referee, and it will be a scrum to the Chiefs. Now, hopefully they can get themselves back on track at the set piece this time.
As a forward, this is when I'm internally crying, because I've just lifted in a line out, I've just done a carry, and then I'm just asked to go into another scrum as well. But I would love it. I wouldn't swap it.
Oh, they're going for a line out. Clean Maloney with it. In it goes, and it's taken in the middle there by Nick Friday. Back
Brilliant
to Maloney.
Contest from Nicola Friday.
She looks to offload, which she does eventually to Maisie Allen. To Ebony Jeffries. Jeffries takes it to ground midway inside her own half. Brooke Bradley will go on that blind side.
I love the way Ebony Jeffries carries into contact. She just dances into people, which as a forward, it's what makes the difference. My coach is always telling me about footwork, and she's a prime example of when it goes right.
Bradley with the box kick, high hanging kick from her. Derrera's after it on that far side. Seemed to be blocked, but referee says play on as Worcester collect and look to come again through the middle. Again, met by a fierce black wall of Exeter Chiefs defence. Kershaw will dig it out to the other Kershaw, now into the centre. There you go, that's spilt in the tackle. Referee has seen it, but we'll call that one back for a scrum. But again, strong defence from the Chiefs. High fives all round.
Very, very strong.
A lot of set piece, but again, it's probably early season rustiness again. Handling not great, but we can't blame conditions today because they are absolutely glorious.
And especially with the kind of new season, the international events at the moment, teams are not playing with the setups that they're necessarily used to. Sometimes there's people out of positions. There's a lot of reasons for a lot of different things at the moment. But what I think is exciting here is that it's giving players a chance to develop in different ways and to play kind of in different styles of rugby that they hadn't previously.
Buchanan has Woodman outside her and finds her eventually. Referee will not go back for that earlier advantage. Woodman is bundled into touch, and it will be a line out to Worcester. That ball needed to go earlier then from Buchanan. Would have given Charlie a lot more space and time.
It's unfortunate. As we've seen with Charlie Woodman, you know, when she opens up the tank, she goes. Just give her that
challenge
space
in
to
there
do that.
at the front from Charlie Willett, but the referee says she's been thrown across, and that will be a penalty. Rob Hunter, the men's forwards coach behind us, is not overly impressed with that decision. It will be Kershaw who have the penalty.
Fabulously chased and caught by Brooke Bradley.
Yeah, it wasn't her best kick of the day, and that wasn't great handling there from Brooke neither, who has spilt that one. Brooke is pleading that was a Worcester hand, and I think she's got some backers in the crowd here that are saying that wasn't quite right. It's the people in green that matter, and they're saying it's a scrum to Worcester as we head towards the break. Still, Exeter Chiefs 14, Worcester Warriors 3 in this Allianz Cup encounter.
Brooke was smart there. She challenged it, but she also knew when to draw the line and just respect it and move on with her day. And I think that that's a really important skill for a 9 as well. Okay, ref has blown the whistle. The scrum appeared to be wheeling, starting to wheel quite out of position then. So we're going to reset. Again, as a front row, when your scrum's starting to wheel, that's when you need to dig in your studs and really just kind of like hold yourself before looking to drive forward. I'm always, even if it's wheeling away from me, that's a problem to me.
Again, another scrum penalty goes against the Exeter Chiefs there, this time wheeling around. Kershaw will look to bang this one into the far left corner. Worcester could do with a score just here before half-time. It's a great kick. Literally bangs it to within 7 metres of the Chiefs line. That's just what you want to see as a forward, isn't it? You fly half, putting you right in prime position.
Absolutely. When you've been grafting up and down the pitch, you've been grafting in defence, you've been grafting in and out of scrums and line-outs like this, you know, your fly half putting it right close to the try line is absolutely what you want to see.
Line out taken, and it comes back on the Worcester side. They are now looking to maul that. Charlie Willett is in there trying to disrupt as much as possible. It's not really moving. That's one warning for the visitors, who now peel off down that narrow side. Panache Muzambe slams her opposite number back.
Yeah, that was a great double effort from Muzambe and Willett there.
But still Worcester have the ball. Kershaw will look to go wide. It's taken up 5 metres from the line. Slow ball though.
It's being met by a very quick defence. Exeter are now fiercely competing at the rucks. I think Susie's note about getting to the rucks is getting through.
A good hit there from Charlie Woodman on the open side, Charlotte Wright-Halley, but still Worcester managed to keep hold of possession as they pick and go again. This time Poppy Leach is leading the defensive resistance from the hosts. Not long to go in this first half now. Chiefs will want to go in having kept their try line firmly intact.
Absolutely.
Susie Appleby shouting beware of the short side here as the ball comes back inside. Slow possession. Good defence here from the Chiefs. They're not really allowing Worcester to do much apart from eke and crab from side to side at this stage.
And I think that's what Worcester are kind of aiming to do at this point, just eke it in, get closer and closer. You know, they're going consistently through phase after phase. It is being met with very strong defence, but they are grinding away, getting closer to that try line very slowly.
But it's disciplined defence from the Chiefs we're seeing at the moment, which is great. And it's Poppy Leach there leading the charge again, slamming 2 Worcester bodies to them. Now they'll go wide, and it's people outside that they don't really tend to go for again. Now it will come out to the left winger, Vicky Laughlin, who she's one of the co-captains, and she's going to skate over for a score. And just as we said, the defence was looking strong, Laughlin has snuck over.
She'll be thrilled with that. What a way to end the first half for Worcester. We're 44 minutes in it here at Exeter Chiefs, and the score is Exeter 14, Worcester 8.
Yeah, that spell of pressure there really coming to pay dividends for the visitors. Vicky Laughlin, the scorer there. And I'd imagine this will be the last probably play of the half. As it'll be Kershaw that will line up this conversion. There's a real inquest going on behind the sticks there amongst the Chiefs girls, saying how's that got through, because they had defended so well up until that point.
Yeah, that's what that slow rumble to the try line really does, though. It draws the defenders in. They're looking to keep those big forwards that are carrying, those strong ball carriers at bay, and slowly your defence becomes narrower and narrower and narrower. More and more people competing at the rucks, and that's when you start to spot those little gaps down the wing, and that's what Worcester did really, really well there. They chipped away, waited for Exeter to make an error, and then just found a gap.
So it's actually, excuse me for saying Abby Kershaw earlier with the kick, it's actually Kat McNahee with it, but her right-footed kick doesn't find the mark there on that occasion. So Chiefs still with a 6-point lead as we head towards half-time in this Allianz Cup encounter. It's Exeter Chiefs 14, the Worcester Warriors 8, and it'll be Liz McGovern who will get us back underway here. McGovern, right-footed kick downfield. Again, Worcester let it bounce, and they've let it. Laughlin has not done the best of jobs with that one. She does eventually recover it as she feeds it back inside. But there's Liz McGovern to collect and finds Maisie Allen on the burst straight away.
Yeah.
The Exeter Chiefs number 8 takes it up into the Worcester 22. Now they host go wide. Jeffries been really strong with her carrying already this afternoon. Who takes it in? Bradley will dig it out. Comes back inside again. Lizzie Hanlon this time goes to ground before Bradley picks up from the base. Now feeds it out to Robinson. Robinson to Nick Friday, but Nick Friday can't hold on to that one, and it's coughed up in the tackle. Worcester will look to clear their lines. Kershaw back to Kershaw, right-footed. She's charged down. Muzambe almost grabs it. Referee says that's a knock-on, and we'll come back for a scrum. A bit of harem-scarum rugby there, really.
Yeah, definitely. It's, you know, we're 47 minutes in now. Worcester will not be overly thrilled with the way that initial kick was caught. You know, they're very, very close to their own try line already, so they'll be looking to kind of defend hard, defend fast, especially as we now go into a scrum.
As you say, this getting close to the end of this first half. We've got a running clock here at Sandy Park, and it's saying 47 minutes, but I can't imagine there'll be much more than this. This action of play as Kershaw feeds in, but that's a huge shunt from the Chiefs scrum. Literally pushed Worcester off their own ball there as Maisie Allen picks up from the base.
That was a massive drive from the Chiefs.
That's the first scrum we've seen where it's really done some damage, and the referee has said there'll be another scrum, but wow, that went back at a rate of knots, that one.
Again, that comes from like a little bit of smart play from Poppy Leach, questioning what's going wrong earlier, rethinking, moving the scrum. Okay, what's going on here? How can we make it better?
So, another scrum. We've seen a few this afternoon already.
We have indeed.
But it's another huge shunt from the Chiefs, and they've pushed them off their ball for a second time. Maisie Allen picks up again from the base. Now it's Nick Friday. Friday with a big strong carry through the heart of the midfield, but the referee says holding on. Again, slow to that. She's been red hot on that area, has referee Rebecca Piddleston.
Nicola Friday limping slightly out of that contact. She looked a little bit tender there.
Be rather annoyed. That's two huge shunts from the scrum, and they've not really gone anywhere. Kershaw, though, will look to tap and clear and try and find touch, and I imagine if she does, that'll be half time, but she doesn't. Charlie Woodman keeps it in play, cuts inside off that right flank. Brooke Bradley will go inside, but it's Ebony Jeffries who picks up at the ruck. Bradley trying to command it. She's got hands there everywhere from both sides. Panache Muzambe takes it on now as she goes to ground. Bradley again. McGovern on the charge. Just simple, effective rugby here from the Chiefs. They're making inroads.
Doing what they do well.
McGillivray
but also some brilliant defending from Worcester. They are reacting, they're looking at where Exeter are looking to go, and they're getting numbers there.
True. That could come back and bite them later, the amount of tackles they're having to put in, but swift hands there. Quick scissor move before they come out to McGovern again. She looks inside but holds on to possession this time. It's gone from right flank to left flank. Bradley goes across again, and it's Ebony Jeffries again. Everywhere in this first half. Standout figure so far for me.
Absolutely.
Now Bradley out to McGillivray. McGillivray goes to floor again. Bodies flying from both sides. Again, the Chiefs are pinged for holding on.
Yeah.
That's got to be 4 or 5 times now this afternoon, Gemma.
Absolutely. And some days, you know, it feels like you're doing everything you can, and some days you just end up in unfortunate positions. Rucks are hard. You have piles of bodies on top of you, and you're trying to kind of wiggle around and get into the right position. But it's
again,
just making
she
it
hasn't
clear
found
that you
touch. And it's Brooke Bradley this time who gathers it before feeding McGillivray. Good strong carry there from the centre as she gets up to the 22. Poppy Leach, show and go before offloading to Maisie Allen. Now it comes back, Bradley clapping her hands saying I want the ball, out to Robinson. Robinson, nice switch play, back inside to Charlie Willett. Willett goes to ground. There's bodies not moving there all that quickly from Worcester as McGovern, Leach can't take, loses it in the just before eventually the ball's kicked into touch, and the scrum half, Jess Kershaw, says I've had enough of this, I want to go in and have a half-time drink. So half-time score here at the moment in this Allianz Cup. It's the Exeter Chiefs 14, Worcester Warriors 8. We'll join you again in a moment.
And we are back at Sandy Park for round 2.
And we're back underway here in this second half as McGovern kicks, but it's not her best kick of the afternoon, and that goes straight out. And just looking down the two sides, seeing if there's any changes. It looks as though there's one on the Exeter Chiefs side. Adele McMahon has come on.
Yeah, very exciting to see her on for the Chiefs today.
Looks as though she's come on for Ebony Jeffries, who I thought had a storming first half, but I know she did pick up a slight knock up at DMP last week, so whether or not she's had a reaction to that or is just getting game time into both players. Adele McMahon, one of 3 players we've signed from Wasps Women over the summer, the other 2 being Clee Maloney, who starts at hooker there this afternoon, and Claudia McDonald, who is currently away with the Red Roses prepping for the World Cup in New Zealand. 3 big signings there though. Very
big signings indeed. Worcester taking the scrum now, they're getting it wide. Fantastic battling carry from Deborah Wills there. Going back inside now for Worcester. This is a much faster style of play than we've seen in the first half from Worcester. I'm really excited to see them come out with such pace and intensity into the second half.
100%, but it's Worcester who look as though they've made a change as well at scrum half at the break. Leah Bro coming on for one of the Kershaws, Jess Kershaw. But it's the Chiefs on the attack with Maisie Allen feeding Panache Muzambe, a first half replacement for Michaela Roberts. Now it's Robinson to
McGovern to McGillivray.
To McMahon, that's a knock on, and apologies if you can hear any bad language in the background. Susie Appleby just losing her mind on that bit of set play there.
She is very passionate in the background. We are now setting down for a Worcester scrum. Worcester were very, very dominant in the first few scrums, but as we saw, the Chiefs really took control of them in the last couple of minutes of the first half. I'm really excited to see the scrum. 2 very strong packs.
That was better from Worcester as they go wide now through Kershaw, picked up in the centre there by Karis Cox, but she's met by 2 Exeter Chiefs defenders. But Worcester still have possession. Now they carry it up through the middle, and it's Bro on at half time, as I say, for Jess Kershaw into the number 5, Siobhan McCarthy, goes to ground. Had a quick word with Steve Salvin, the Exeter Chiefs assistant coach, just in the half-time break there, and just asked him what messages went in, and it was just hold on to the ball was the main one. Yeah. But it doesn't appear to have got seeped through just yet to the Chiefs players.
You can see Worcester have had a real half-time talk going on here. They are playing with so much more pace to their game. They've really come into this second half, woken up. Fantastic carry from Charlie Willett.
Willett takes it up. Just coming up towards halfway. Poppy Leach barking orders to Maisie Allen, who's acting as scrum half there. Poppy Leach going in now to add the assistance at that next ruck. Now Bradley will go wide. Robinson feeds Nick Friday on the burst. Chiefs just crabbing to the side, not really moving or making any yards. McGillivray with hands, and it's Derrera at last who has time and space. She takes it up to almost 10 metres inside the Worcester half. Bradley digs that one out into Leach now to Muzambe, who's met by Siobhan McCarthy. But Bradley goes again, this time with Robinson up to Charlie Willett. Lively in the loose today has been the second row. And Bradley goes again, this time to Robinson. Their feed right. That's not the best of passes there from Robinson to Buchanan, but she cleverly picks it up and gets the Chiefs back on some kind of offensive there before Bradley finds that narrow side. Not a lot of bodies over there.
But as you can see, we were saying earlier that Worcester defence is getting drawn in slowly. You can see what Exeter are trying to do here. It's real simple, real clinical rugby, and it's the type of rugby they really, really excel at here.
Muzambe back to McGovern with a clever kick in behind. Worcester try and keep it in. But it will be their ball. But that was clever from McGovern. A bit of territory, a bit of possession has put the hosts back deep inside the Worcester 22. Scoreline here, Exeter Chiefs 14, Worcester Warriors 8. 5 minutes gone in this second half, but there will be a break in play.
The half-time replacements for Exeter Chiefs coming off, number 6, Emily Jeffries, being replaced by number 20, Adele McMahon.
Now got some medical detention going on for the Chiefs. So Worcester are looking to just to get their line out set. They are looking at their tactics. If I was Worcester here, I'd just be looking to really, really strongly defend. They're going to be wanting to be playing really heads-up rugby. What's in front of me? How do I defend it? How do I make my life a little bit easier?
Exactly. So, running repairs all done and dusted. It'll be Worcester line out. They go to the front and they find the number 8, Joe Brown, one of the co-captains of the visitors. And now they peel off the back through the hooker El February. And it'll be Bro who picks up from the base. Right-footed kick downfield. Bradley is under that one. Now she will come inside to open up the play. That's better from Buchanan. Now run through Leach. And it's McGovern. Charges forward. Maisie Allen skips off one.
Fantastic from Maisie Allen.
Good show and go there. Probably should have passed but didn't. But now it comes out left to Durera, the Aussie.
That was a brilliant move.
She's going to get penalised for holding on again.
She absolutely opened up the play there, and it's that smart, quick thinking that makes her such a decent number 8 for the Chiefs.
Susie Apple, you're not impressed with that call from the referee there, feeling that Worcester had come in from the side to prevent that ball coming back. But again, that kick hasn't found touch. And it's Brooke Bradley who feeds it inside to Buchanan. Buchanan, not the best of passes. It's a real early season feel to it. McGillivray can't take it and eventually fumbles it on halfway. A comedy of errors all round there from the Chiefs.
Yeah, Exeter have been so strong in that first half, and there's aspects of, as we were saying before, those kind of new players coming in, those new dynamics, especially with the internationals away, new players, new signings. But what they just need to do is what they were doing a moment ago, that simple, basic rugby that they do just so well at Exeter. Worcester were really fast up in defence there, and I really liked to see that because they've come out into this second half with a real fire in their belly, and I love to see that.
Another change here for the visitors. Coming onto the field, number 19, Sarah Moreira, and she will be replacing Amelia Buckland-Hurry. And a change for the hosts as well. Hallie Durera's day is done, and onto the field comes Merrin Deutsch, who was away at the Commonwealth Games with Great Britain this summer.
She was. Merrin was fantastic at the Commonwealth Games, and it was again lovely as a local player to see players like Merrin doing really well internationally. So we've got a strong drive from the Chiefs here against a really well set scrum by Worcester. Worcester now looking to get wide. Brilliant defensive efforts from Nancy McGillivray.
It's all action as the fullback Kat McNahee goes into act as scrum half on this occasion. Bro is running in behind her forwards there now, who will go to ground. Willett and Leach. Leach is just hanging in there, disrupting it as much as possible, albeit legally, and then eventually gets thrust through. That's good play there from Maisie Allen.
Worcester still trying to find some space here. They're working very hard.
They're trying to find territory more than anything, but they're not smart with their kick game at the moment. Bradley inside to Deutsch now. She's got people outside. A good pass there from Deutsch to Woodman.
Great option.
Charlie Woodman, the daughter of former Gloucester, Sale and England prop Trevor Woodman. That's my trivia fact for the day. Former Liscard Lou player as well.
Fantastic. Brooke Bradley. And that looked like that went out to Merrin Deutsch.
Here's It's Maloney. Maloney with a turn of speed. You don't see hookers doing that normally. But it's a simple pickup, and over goes Charlie Willett. Try time for the Chiefs. All made by Clee Maloney, though.
That was such a fantastic try to see as a forward. Forward breaks like that, gaining ground. Clee Maloney charging towards the try line. Charlie Willett doing exactly what Susie Appleby wanted of her there. Susie has been saying, go and assist. What did Charlie do? Go and assist. She got a try. I know how excited Charlie will be for that, but I'm also excited for Clee. That really showed what she can do. It's now 10 minutes into the second half. Exeter 19, Worcester 8. We're just waiting to see how the kick goes for Liv McGovern.
So it'll be Liv McGovern with the kick here. 19 points to 8. The Chiefs now lead. That's their third try in the bag. They'll be looking to get that fourth and the all-important bonus point. And McGovern's top afternoon with the boot continues as she slots the extras, 21-8. But yeah, just tell us a little bit more. You know, a hooker running through the heart of an opposition defence like that. She looked like she's on the real rampage there.
She really was. Cleo saw the ground and she absolutely went for it there. You know, hookers are often these surprisingly smart players. They know what's going on in the scrum, and it's really great to see them break through the defence like that. So we now start our kickoff from Worcester, and it's taken into contact again by Cleo, looking to really make that ground. Panache Mozambe taking it into contact there for Exeter. Really strongly defended by Worcester. Brooke Bradley taking her time to get it out. And a high box kick from Brooke Bradley. Superbly chased down. But that is a knock-on for Exeter. Taken in by number 5, Siobhan McCarthy for Worcester. Passed out. And a little bit of juggling there by Worcester, but it's made some ground, and they are looking to keep working towards that wing. Some really smart running going on. This is the Worcester that we know they can play.
Nancy McGillivray down there in pain in the middle of the field there. Ref may have to stop the play in a minute because she doesn't look great at all.
She's looking very, very sore there. Worcester are really attacking their rucks this time. They noticed that the Chiefs were not committing as much to the rucks in the first half. You can see they've spotted that. And it looks like Charlie Willett is also down as well now for the Chiefs. So we're now on an injury break. And it's time to have a breather here at Sandy Park. I am really excited to see this, as I said earlier, this absolute fire that Worcester have come out with in the second half today. It's been excellent to see. And the Chiefs are really committing to the way that they come into contact. You can see that they are taking the coaches' notes and working with them.
Yep, 100%. And we're still down. It's actually 2 Chiefs players down now. It looks as though Charlie Willett is the other one who's down at the moment.
Yeah, we've got Charlie Willett and Nancy McGillivray currently receiving medical attention. Hopefully, just sometimes, especially when the adrenaline is really flooding, weirdly these injuries can really, really sting. And actually having a breather, having a moment, having a bit of water, you can end up feeling a lot better from it. So hopefully just...
Thankfully, Charlie Willett is getting to her knees now and looks a lot more better place than he was a few seconds ago. But
definitely,
just McGillivray just stretching those calves. Early season, cramp does tend to kick in.
Oh, it is, and it's as much as you can, supplement and stretch and everything. Sometimes it just happens. And especially with the intensity of the training that will have been happening pre-season, These girls coming into it fitter than ever, but also that's when you're just as likely to kind of get those cramps. It's like Charlie Willett is coming off for Exeter.
And Clara Nielsen will come on. So not her usual slot, but I'd imagine Poppy will slot into the second row alongside Nick Friday, and Clara will suddenly become a back row forward.
Absolutely.
Oh no, Maloney's coming off. No, Clee Maloney was going off thinking there's Clee Maloney is going into the back row. Interesting.
A little slap from Maisie Allen there. And this is the rejuggling that you have to do sometimes. You have a player go down, but that's what I think is one of the absolute strengths and the joys of women's rugby. The forwards are so versatile. You get forwards, I myself, I play prop second row. I flanked once or twice. That versatility. We're not training as much to a position. We're training to be forwards. And I think that is an actual strength of women's rugby. A really dominant push from the Chiefs there against Worcester, resulting in the scrum collapsing. So we're going to reset that scrum. But again, Exeter will be really pleased with how that feels after such a dominant scrum from Exeter and from Worcester.
I certainly think since Panache has come on, the scrum has just hit another level all of a sudden. The tightheads losing, the Worcester tightheads really struggling under that, and you can see there she's having a real fight with her opposite number, and the shove's coming on again.
You can see she's got real fire.
Was really off that scrum. She's lucky not to give away a penalty, but it comes back on the Worcester side. Now it comes out to Kershaw, goes cross field, and Buchanan will just watch that one go into touch, or will she? No, Deutsch done her best. Ref says play on. The officials say hang on, the ref's coming back.
That is Worcester ball. Yeah, I'm really excited to see Mozambique with Hope Rogers in the front row. I think that will be a really powerful front row for Exeter, and those are some scrums that I will be really excited to see. You can see she's got that real similar style of kind of ball carrying as well, really intense ball carrying, fantastic leg drive. That's why Hope gets all the tries that she does. So I will be really excited to see that combination for Exeter over the coming season.
So referee has come back for that earlier penalty, and it's Worcester that are opting for the posts. So
that's a smart move, I think, from Worcester at this point. Get a few more points on the board, get a little bit more confidence, and keep themselves in the game. Absolutely.
Up she comes, 3 steps, right-footed kick. Has the distance, has the accuracy as well, says the officials. And that's the deficit cut to 10 points, as I'm just trying to see who has slotted that kick. It's number 22, Evelyn Clark, who's got that kick. So 10 points in it. The Chiefs will be a little bit disappointed that they're not further in front at this stage, but handling has been their key downfall at this stage.
They will. They knew that Worcester was going to be a little bit more of a competition than DMP last week, but Worcester have really brought it in a lot of ways today. So, especially in this second half, I feel they've had whatever's gone in the changing room at lunchtime. I feel like it was a good conversation. That is a Exeter knock on now, so we're going to have a Worcester scrum. But yeah, it's really exciting to see such a tight competition. I think that's always the most entertaining rugby. You get the games where it's 70 points versus 5 kind of margins, and actually they're not as entertaining because you've got one team running rings around the other, whereas tighter games like this are always more interesting to watch, in my opinion.
Scrum time again. How many times have we said that this afternoon? But in it goes from Bro, and she lets her number 8, Jo Brown, co-captain, pick up off the base. She makes a good 10-12 metres there from that charge.
Yeah, fantastic ball carrier, Jo Brown.
Rowe goes in and will box kick this one up. It's already 2 players offside there, but the ref doesn't seem overly worried about that, but finds a decent touch on that far side. How can you have 2 players in front of you kicking that are not bound? Interesting. Just my opinion.
That was a great clearing kick, and you can see Worcester have got that little bit of confidence now from that penalty, and that's psychologically what they needed this afternoon here at Sandy Park.
Clara Nielsen gets the instructions there for this line-out, shorten one. It'll either go to Poppy Leach or Nick Friday. It goes to Friday.
I love seeing Nick Friday go into the air. She competes so well. She's got fantastic long arms. She is brilliant in those
Decent
situations.
Shove off that initial drive there from the Chiefs, and Bradley right-footed kick. The chase is on, and it's led by Flo Robinson, and she goes through. She collars the left winger Vicky Laughlin. Try score in the first half, but they've got numbers over here to Worcester, and they will go hands outside.
Deborah Wills.
She gets up to the 10-metre line, comes back inside. Bro will pick that out inside to February. She's met by two big hits there from the former Wasp duo of McMahon and Maloney. Now Worcester come inside again. Nick Friday, Irish captain, not off to the World Cup. Ireland strangely not going to the World Cup. So that's where the Chiefs will be lucky. They'll have Maloney, McMahon and Friday all available during this Allianz Cup period.
Absolutely. These really core players for Exeter.
Referee saying not releasing on the floor there from the Chiefs after the tackle, and it'll be a penalty to Worcester. Chiefs mounting penalty count at the moment.
Unfortunately, when you have a ref who is hot on the kind of the release, you can feel like you are... those seconds soon rack up, so you feel like you've been on the floor for about a second, and it soon becomes a few more seconds, shall we say. The ref is being really hot on the release today. That's something as players we just have to adapt to. Heads up, eyes up. Okay, we know she's going to ping us for this. How do we look to be feeding it out, getting it to the scrum half as quickly as possible?
Worcester still not lined up for this one, despite the protestations there of Maisie Allen, but in it goes. Over the back, not straight, surely there. But
that was a great tactic from Worcester, but it was scooped up straight away defensively by Clara.
They come inside. February now with the ball. Goes to ground. Now they shoots through the middle there, does the hooker. And she will round Brooke Bradley and go over for the try. Game on.
Well, that was an unexpected try. But again, a brilliant example of that hooker just seeing space. Heads up rugby. It's what we absolutely love to see. This is really exciting for Worcester. And that was the try for Worcester Warriors. And it was actually number 7. Apologies, it looked like a number 2.
I think the Tannoy announcer may have got that one wrong. I'm 100% sure that was February, but we'll wait for clarification on that in a moment.
That now brings the scoreboard up to 21-16. We are just under 23 minutes into the second half. This is a really, really exciting opportunity for the Warriors to catch up now at Sandy Park.
No, fair play. It is the number 7. What do we know? We're looking from far distance. Got to get our rugby eyes in here, Gemma.
Only experts at chatting, Mark.
There we go.
Okay, and we are getting ready for the reset now. McGovern looking to take the kick. And it's a fantastic reset kick from Exeter Chiefs. Scooped up by Worcester. Taken straight into contact over on the far side of Sandy Park. Worcester are going in for the carries. They're playing phase after phase. That simple rugby that we spoke about earlier does really well. Their scrum half, Jess Kershaw, looking for a box kick, which she has now completed. Really well caught there initially, but turned back over for the Warriors.
She's having a real sticky moment here at the moment. They just seem a little bit off the pace and not really knowing what they're going in terms of their game processes. But crucially, they're still winning, but they need to just get their heads back on the game a little.
That was our try scorer, Charlotte Wright-Haley, going into contact there. And Steph Evans, the Worcester prop, making a really nice charge down the middle of the pitch there. They're feeding those hands now, looking to get it towards the wing. Fantastic stepping from the Worcester 13, Karis Cox there.
Now it comes out wide again, through the hands.
Steph Evans
Good
again.
offloading here from Worcester. They've got numbers at Moreira now to Evelyn Clark. Taken to ground on that far side now, and it'll be Bro who comes back inside. Looks for a little one-handed offload to McCarthy. McCarthy there goes in to offer her support. You can see her in a big red scrum cap.
Little dummy there from Worcester.
And there, lovely intercept from McGillivray now. Hangs on. Chiefs need to get bodies there or they're going to be blasted out of that ruck.
That is a fiercely
McMahon goes in to cover the danger. That's a lovely pass there from Leach. Leach releases Buchanan, but the referee says that's a forward pass. It's all happening at the moment. McGillivray's down again, stretching those quads and hamstrings.
Yeah.
It's Georgie Grimes, as we said earlier. One of the ground staff here, gets ready to come onto the field. And she comes on for Lizzie Hanlon. Home debut here for Georgie Grimes.
That's fantastic to see. I mean, it's lovely as well as a local seeing kind of homegrown talent coming through. It's really, really exciting to see. And I really hope that, those young girls, especially in those rural communities that benefit so much from rugby for social, mental health reasons, I really hope they're seeing these girls smashing it at the Premiership level. And I hope that they are inspired to kind of go and do the same. Whether you reach the Premiership or not, just picking up a ball, it's so, so important. Now we're getting ready for a Worcester scrum by the looks of it. McGillivray has had medical attention and she seems to be doing okay, so we are back and ready to go. That's looking a really strong front row for Exeter against a really, really strong Worcester pack too. This scrum is going to be really interesting, Mark.
Let's see how it goes. Georgie Grimes into her first bit of action. England under-20s call up for her last year.
Yes, they did, yep.
One of several Chiefs to do that. Now it comes out to Kershaw. Into that midfield to Cox and then on to Evelyn Clark. She's taken to ground eventually. Worcester have a bit about them at the moment. 5 points the difference here. Chiefs still leading 21-16 as the clock goes to 67 minutes here. Now they come back inside again and it's McCarthy who's met by the Chiefs defence this time. Kershaw will look to go wide. Hands outside, a big gap there. Nice
Great
offload.
step from Karis Cox.
McGovern trying to get herself back in the line. But it's all Worcester at the moment. The territory is certainly, and the possession is all in their favour. The only thing not is the scoreline as they go out to McNahee. She steps inside one or two. McGovern doesn't look well in that centre field. Just trying to get into the line. And again, Worcester have picked off that first defender and made yards. Slow ball though for the visitors.
Chiefs need to be a little bit careful as they are getting very close to being offside on a couple of them by the ruck. But
that is a turnover and a half there on the floor. And it's Chiefs who finally have possession back. They're up to halfway. Poppy Leach goes in to act as scrum half.
Clara Nilsson for the Chiefs.
Bradley out once more to Doidge. That's McMahon on the charge this time. Great play there from the Irish international. Again, penalised for hanging on to the ball on the floor. This is going to be a huge work on in the next week or so, I'm sure. In the review, it'll all come up. That's probably 5-6 penalties they've given away that way.
She'll be frustrated with that because she came onto the ball with such pace and such intensity, and that's everything, when you're coaching from a coaching perspective, you can't ask for a better way to carry than that.
To be fair, I don't think it's Adele's fault there really, but it's the support runners that are not coming in behind to clear out the ruck. She's done her job. She's looking to she's going to hold on to the ball until the support is there, obviously, but if the support's not there, she'll hold on to it a lot longer, and obviously that's what the referee is picking up on.
Definitely. A Worcester line out now. We are getting very close to the Chiefs try line, I have to say. Worcester coming in with that slow walk into to line out. That's a really great tactic from them. It causes frustration to the opposition, and they have taken that ball, taken it down into contact, and the Chiefs are ready to defend. Some great carries from Worcester, but a good tackle from Nick Friday there.
A double hit there in the midfield on Moreira, the second half replacement here for Warriors. But the Warriors are still continuing to attack, and it's the try scorer again there, Charlotte Wright-Halley, who takes the ball forward. Chiefs have another person down again in midfield as they go wide this time through Deborah Will. She's met and cut back inside by Buchanan. Back inside now to
charged in by Joe Brown.
Referee is going to eventually call a halt to play because that action is going to go right through where that injured player is. I'm just trying to get a look of who it might be. I think it's Liv McGovern.
I think it is.
A little over 10 minutes to go here at Sandy Park. The Chiefs still leading by 5 points, but it's Worcester who are controlling possession and who are controlling territory at the moment. They're being met by some fierce resistance from the Chiefs, but
absolutely, you have to kind of give the Chiefs credit on the way that they're defending, but I really am excited to see how this Worcester kind of change of heart has come about in the second half. They've really come out with a rocket attached to them, and it's really paying off. They are making such great carries. They're going forward with such intensity, and that's making Exeter's life a lot harder. And we're seeing that in that high Worcester possession this half. We're seeing that in that high amount of Chiefs defending as well.
Nearly 400 people watching our stream this afternoon, so thank you for joining us here on the YouTube channel.
Thank you very
we'll
much.
Continue to be producing these streams when it's not covered by either BT or Premier 15s themselves. But another change here coming for the visitors. Tori Sellers is about to come on.
Yeah, she is warm and ready to go.
Looking to see where she's going to come into the mix. She's coming on for the number 5, Siobhan McCarthy.
That's a great decision at this point in time. Those forwards, they've been working really hard today. They've had scrum after scrum after scrum. So giving those forwards that have worked so hard that time to kind of recover, recoup, really important now. As we reset for, you've guessed it, another scrum. We are getting ready to go now at Sandy Park. We're just waiting for our player who was receiving medical treatment to kind of to get moving again. Fingers crossed she will be on the mend soon.
So we're still waiting on the medics to deal with Liv McGovern there in the middle of the field. She's finally getting to her feet now, a little gingerly, being asked to hop up and down. Are you all right? Yep, thumbs up, good.
As I said earlier, those stingers, especially in the heat of the game, they can really hurt. And then once you've had that moment and a bit of freeze spray sometimes in my case, you can be back up and running in no time. So hopefully that's what that was.
Back to the action though, and it'll be Worcester who have the scrum.
The atmosphere at Sandy Park is absolutely electric today. It's so exciting to see.
Ball will go in, and it's a decent shove from both sets of packs, and now it'll come out to the backs. Here's Kershaw, mismatch in midfield. McGillivray, Kershaw round on the loop. There's a man over on that far side.
Merrin Doidge and McGovern going in to defend there. This is
Woodman and Doidge do well though to clear out the danger. Maisie Allen though, just as she goes to set the ball up, has knocked that on, and again it's another handling error that comes to bite the Chiefs. And
she'll be so frustrated for that after such a brilliant turnover that it's lost in this way, but hopefully she will be looking for the next set piece now, looking at a way to win it back. How do we win? How do we move? Especially as Worcester are really chipping away. They're getting closer and closer to that try line, but we have another player receiving medical attention at the moment.
A lot of stoppages. It's not helped the flow of the game at all, though, Gemma. There's injuries. I know they're part and parcel of the game, but it's been very stop-start. And at this stage of an early season, it's the last thing you need.
Yeah.
You want a bit of flow. You want a bit of continuity into the play.
It's really hard as a player as well, because you're trying to keep in that mindset, in that game day mode, in kind of a work mode, really. And especially these professional players, they will be in kind of work mode, but it's hard when you're constantly having stoppages, pauses. But as I said, I try to use them as moments to kind of refresh, refuel, get a little bit of water in, and think about what I'm going to do next. Where do we go from here?
So we're just waiting to see the patch-up job over there on the far side, but the Chiefs have readied Katrina Hayes, who this will be her first ever start for the Chiefs Women.
And she's got some fans in the crowd today.
I was going to say, she's got a fan club down below us there.
That's so exciting to hear. And yeah, there is a very excited chunk of the crowd at Sandy Park today for Katrina Hayes. And that is Nick Friday coming off now. She's had a belter of a game. She is an absolutely consistent workhorse of a second row. She does what she does well, does it consistently. Fantastic.
She's running off, hopefully for some running repairs. Not sure if it's HIA or just some stitches, I'd imagine. The fact that she's going straight to the dugout. It means that's her day done. But on the field itself, Chiefs won a crucial penalty there at scrum time, and this will allow them the chance to, one, alleviate a bit of pressure, but also get some territory and some possession downfield.
They'll be happy with that, and especially with that excellent clearing kick, getting them out of the danger zone just a little bit there.
Downfield, it'll be a line out to the Chiefs on their own 10-metre line. Clara Nielsen with ball in hand. Shortened line out view from the Chiefs. They've lost two of their key line out forwards in Willett and Friday now, so I'm banking on this going to Poppy Leach. Nope.
They were fully set there. In moments when you've got key players down, it's just important to keep it simple.
Brooke Bradley had to pick that one up because it wasn't the best of balls coming back off the top of the line out there. Leach goes in. Experienced head there. Just what you need at a time like this. Someone
Absolutely.
like Poppy Leach. And
she leads by example every time.
Brooke Bradley just slowing things down, and it'd be a box kick. It's charged down though, and comes back on the Worcester side. Again, Chiefs just struggling to get out their own half at the moment, but they come through Worcester again. Moreira now takes the ball forward and is hit by McMahon, who's looked lively since she's come on. Now they come again. Kershaw with a switch play back inside, and it's a brilliant burst through the middle now. Maren Deutsch tries to get one hand on it, tries to get two hands on it. Oh, the Chiefs are living dangerous here now. The referee
out
says
by McGovern there. That was brilliant play from McGovern. That was a real last man standing kind of moment, and she managed to make it count.
Great burst through the middle there again from the left winger, Vicky Laughlin. She's looked lively. She's had a try already today and got another one. But no, it's Nancy McGillivray's turn to just take a knee quickly, and she's thankfully up again. Chiefs line out, but living dangerously at the moment.
And the referee's called time off. And the medics are communicating there's going to be a substitution. By the looks of it,
another
for
home
Exeter
debut
Chiefs.
now as Sophie Langford comes onto the field.
Really, really exciting to see all these youngsters coming on today.
Coming on for Nancy McGillivray. That doesn't surprise me. She's been struggling for pretty much the whole of this second half.
Yeah, she really has, and she's ploughed on through it. She's received medical help, and she's worked really, really hard to work through it, but something's clearly causing her a few issues there, and better to be safe than sorry. Exeter line out, unfortunately, just dropped over there.
Again, not the best of line-outs from the Chiefs, and it's Worcester who have possession now through Kershaw. She sidesteps 1 and 2 and then brought to the ground by Poppy Leach. Come inside again, Moreira with the ball. Big hit there on her.
Yeah, big hit on Sellers there.
Ball
Loose
falls
ball
behind. Looked as though it was a knock-on. Officials say play on. Bro back inside to Another of try scorers, which is El Febre. Worcester trying to pinch that opening now within the Chiefs. And it's the ladies in black that are screaming for people to charge through. That's a good charge there.
Great charge from Abby Kershaw. These backs are now really thinking, okay, how do we break through this wall? They're just running into a wall of Exeter at the moment. How do we work smarter?
Bro who picks up and snipes from the base of that ruck. Worcester throwing everything into this at the moment.
They really, really are.
Minutes left here at Sandy Park. Crowd of 4,112 here this afternoon. Great crowd.
Steph Evans there for Worcester, getting driven back by Poppy Leach.
She's got to get that spacing right. McGovern, oh, she's shooting out the line. That's a big hit there, though.
McGovern hitting with absolute intensity there, but Worcester are back on the charge.
It's the number 8, Jo Brown, leading it.
She's been dangerous all game.
But they've got numbers over here again. If the Chiefs don't, Laughlin tries to go around the outside, but she's brought to ground by Woodman. Now the Worcester will come back inside. Chiefs got to watch their line. Big hanging pass there from Kershaw. That's a huge hit in the midfield there and it's Clara Nielsen who picks it up. Now the Chiefs have possession. Now they can clear, hopefully. Downfield. Good clear out. That's better from the Chiefs.
Yeah. Those support
runners go wide. Hand in there, penalty. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, what a hit in midfield there, though.
That was brilliant. Again, though, that intensity that Exeter can show, it's there. It's back. That was a real collective effort from the Exeter team there. And some really hard work defensively as well from Worcester. Great clearing kick by Exeter. And we've got an Exeter line out.
Again, it's just, wow.
Powerful, really powerful. And Clara Nielsen's getting ready for the line out now.
Yeah, Panache Mzambi is just going across to give her some instructions. It was Sophie Langford with that hit.
Brilliant. And those are the kinds of things you want to be doing on your debut, really, is, you know, making those hits, saying, hey, I'm here, pick me.
But no sooner do the Chiefs give themselves an opportunity to clear some danger, they concede it back by not having a straight line out there. Nielsen's throw adjudged to have been skew whiff, as they say.
A little bit. So we're now setting for a scrum. I lost track of how many scrums we've had today. We've had quite a few here at Exeter.
As a prop, would you have been happy with this? You live for scrums, don't you, you guys? Or
we do love them, but I think at this point I know I would be hurting with all the amount of scrums and then carries and then defensively everything else I was doing as well. And these are strong scrums.
Decent shove there from both sides. Comes back on the Worcester side. Kershaw's running through the middle again. Finds the 13, Karis Cox. Now step inside. They look for hands. Good play. Good setup here. And it's Jo Brown again who picks up. Met by some stubborn Chiefs defence who... It looks as though it's going well.
Absolutely. They are really putting in the tackles
the ball
now.
For penalty. What do you do here now?
I don't know.
10 metre kick, or do you go corner? It's going corner.
It's a smart move. Try and get a nice rumbling line out. Use those big, powerful Worcester forwards. And it's just knocked into touch by Mary Doidge.
Error at the moment, compounding Exeter's cause there. Doidge thought she had covered that kick and literally knocks it into touch. And it sets up an attacking line out for Worcester, midway inside the Chiefs 22. Chiefs are just waiting to see what the numbers game is here for the Warriors, who are showing real fight on and off the field at the moment. And that's Marrero who takes it at the front. Going to try and maul this one forward. Chiefs are holding it at bay as we speak.
And Steph Evans appears to have her shorts pulled down during the maul, but she's committing. She's really committing. That's a sign of an absolute professional. Out to 22 there for the Warriors. That is Evelyn Clark.
Saw a lot more of Steph Evans than we expected there, but Kershaw, who's looked a live wire at halfback for the Warriors this afternoon. takes the ball forward. Now Warriors still pressing hard in the Chiefs 22. They go out wide, come back to Brown, the co-captain. She's scragged to the floor. Penalty to the Warriors though. Arm out of referee Hiddleston. McGovern with a huge hit. Helped by McMahon. McMahon again. She seems to have been everywhere since she came on at half time.
And we seem to have a Worcester player injured at the moment. She is.
There's numbers out wide for Warriors if they decide to go left. Chiefs have covered it though. Now they go crossfield.
Interesting decision from Worcester. Unfortunately knocked on there in the air.
Well, they knew they had free ball, I guess. So, yeah. But we're going to have another stoppage in play a moment. The referee is calling Poppy Leach over. Now, I think this is probably a culmination of penalties are mounting up now. There's a high tackle there. She says there's this, there's that. Poppy is calling her team in. They're living dangerously at the moment, are the Chiefs.
They are, and it's just when those moments, especially with scorelines as tight as this, that's when the discipline, it needs to stay, but it's the hardest for it to stay. Poppy will be, giving those girls a talk now, reminding them to just do what they do well, to keep their heads. Worcester are going to be wanting to keep up that pressure that are causing Exeter to make those errors, whilst wanting to kind of keep their own errors under check, very much so. We are at a real crucial point now in the game. And it's really, really interesting to see what both teams pull out of the bag here.
All to play for, as they say, all to play for.
It is indeed.
The stadium clock says we're 5 minutes over time, but we'll still wait. Penalty goes to the corner. Good kick from
Brilliant
Kershaw
kick.
there. Puts her side literally 6 metres from the Chiefs' line on that far side. I think you know what's coming here, Gemma.
I think we do. Worcester setting in for that real slow walk-in line out that they do.
Taken at the front, sets up the driving maul. The Chiefs have done well there initially to combat it. Now Worcester splinter off and they're heading towards the line,
They are rumbling towards the try line.
The hands go up, and so does the referee's hand. And it's a try,
It's a last-minute try for Worcester. That is so exciting. Those girls will be absolutely thrilled right now. It is 46 minutes into the second half, and it is Exeter 21, Worcester 21. Now, we have an all-deciding kick to wait for. This is going to be a really big moment for the fantastic Worcester Warriors and Abby Kershaw. So I'll be really interested to see what happens here. But that was just classic. Again, that's simple, textbook rugby, done well. Driving maul, rumbled in. Worcester have immensely powerful forwards, and they used them well. So we're lining up for the kick now.
Big kick now, as we say. This to win it. Every Chiefs player ready to charge en masse here.
Yeah, I would not want to be the kicker right now.
It's why. It's over!
It's over.
Oh, for a moment then I didn't think she got it, but it's over.
In the last dying seconds of the game, Exeter 21, Worcester 23 here at Sandy Park.
And to be honest, on the fair, it's no more than they deserve. It's no more than they deserve, I have to say. They've been outstanding in this second half.
Worcester came out firing on all cylinders, and it's paid off for them. They've shown what they can do here. But one final kick-off. McGovern, straight into the arms of Worcester. And Exeter ready to defend. They will be looking to turn that ball over now. They will be looking to get anything they can to try and kind of claw it back at this point. Worcester scrum half there, Jess Kershaw calling in the numbers at the ruck. She wants a long caterpillar. Oh, no, I thought she was. She's actually calling in for a pick and go. Great drive there from Worcester. Worcester forwards piling in, ready to go. Steph Evans for Worcester there. Another brilliant drive, but met very strongly by Exeter Chiefs defence. We've got really big forwards going at it here. I would imagine that's Poppy Leach doing her usual, being an absolute menace around the rucks. That's what she does so well. And Worcester are just taking it in, charge after charge here.
Clever play from the visitors, you have to say. It's a simple, if you haven't got the ball, then you'll never get it if it's like this. Chiefs have to contest it, but they've won the penalty. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I think this is beyond Liv McGovern's range, I'll be honest. It's a decent kick, that.
And the crowd really did get behind Exeter on that one. They were absolutely elated. Worcester are now going to have to defend for their lives.
There's clearly enough time, the referee has said. So Flo Robinson kicks that one into touch on that far side. And still the minutes tick by. But, oh, wow, game on.
What a game. What a game. And we are setting up for an Exeter line-out now. Clara Nielsen doing absolutely what she does best, getting ready to throw in for the scrums. And Mazambe getting ready to feed in the call. Got a nice big
line out to the Chiefs. In it goes. It's not, again, scrappy from the Chiefs, and it looks as though Worcester have possession. Killer moments here for the Chiefs, and that's it.
And that is it. Game over.
And you can see the celebrations there, what that means to Worcester. If this could well be their last game.
I mean, we
you
always
never
hope
know,
that it won't be.
Wow. That second half performance from the visitors has been outstanding. They've done really well there. But just reflect on it for me, Gemma. What have you seen this afternoon?
Yeah, the absolute elation from the Worcester girls there. You know, even as someone who, by book and pen, is an Exeter Chiefs fan, it's something that you kind of have to respect. These players are going against immense psychological challenges right now, and they are still absolutely rising to the case. It was a real Exeter game in the first half. You know, much more so than a Worcester game, and they came out firing in the second half, and it's paid off for them. Some brilliant breaks there from the Worcester hooker, Elle February. Really great to see. Fantastic try as well from Charlotte Wright-Haley. Worcester showing what happens if you leave those rucks unattended for just half a second. I will be taking that forward into my game tomorrow, being really mindful of the rucks. Exeter absolutely grafted in defence in that second half. There was no doubt about it. They worked very hard, and both teams battling against injuries there. A lot of medical attention on and off the pitch, but it will be really interesting to see where both these teams go from here. Very exciting to see so many youngsters as well making a debut, and all round a really interesting day of rugby.
Nice summary that. I think certainly from the Chiefs' perspective, they'll be looking at it and saying what's gone wrong second half, and I think handling errors, just not clinical enough, and just not staying in the fight enough probably were key areas there, but did it. But congratulations to Worcester Warriors. As we say, if this is their last game, then they're going out on a high, but we hope that they do remain intact, and they will carry on. But from here at Sandy Park in this Allianz Cup second round encounter, it's Exeter Chiefs Women 21, the Worcester Warriors 23. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.